Hello, my name is Justin Niedens and I'm a family law attorney here at Shumway. The areas of my practice include divorce, child custody, and child modification, specifically regarding visitation of possession and access. Frequently I get questions from my clients that their ex is threatened to kidnap their children, and what can they do? While kidnapping by a parent is an infrequent occurrence, it is something to not take lightly. Some other warning signs could include suspicions of abuse or mental instability, the sense that your ex feels like he's a victim of the system, or indications that he's alienated himself from society, like if he stops going out and doing his normal routine. At the same time, it's also important to realize many parents who run off with their kids take the extreme step of kidnapping their own children because they believe their custodial rights are in jeopardy. So the paradox is encouraging regular visitation, which can provide a protective factor against the parental kidnapping. This doesn't mean to give any more visitation outside of what's already been ordered, but to stick with the program that's already been approved by the court, usually in the form of the standard possession order. However, if your ex is threatening to kidnap the children, what you can do is keep a detailed records of any threats that they make. Because if it does come down to testifying in court, it's always better to refresh your memory. And I frequently encourage my clients to keep a spiral notebook or a composition book and document the date and any occurrence that may happen. It's also important to keep a record of information about your ex that would help identify him in that situation, such as the make and model of his vehicle, the license plate number, and if you know his driver's license number and social security number, that would help as well. Also, to maintain a current file of photographs of your children and your ex. So should something happen, the police or the authorities have current photos of all the parties involved. Next would be to make sure that there's a custody order in place. If you and your ex are just separated and there's no order with the court, then it's just as easily for him to come and take the children anywhere he wants because he's not restricted by a court order to do so. Also, you can speak with your lawyer about specific details included in the custody order, such as in Texas, we can post a bond and have a bond required in order to, for the parent that's threatening abduction to post in order to keep the children safe. We can identify things such as precise pickup and drop-off locations and specific times on when the children do have to be dropped off. You can also file a copy of your child custody order with your children's school or daycare facility, and this helps the facility or the school know who is authorized to pick up the children and, more importantly, who is not. If your ex lives in another state, it's also important to file your divorce decree in the county in which they live. That way, if there is an issue and the children aren't returned promptly at the agreed upon time, you can contact the authorities in the county where your ex lives and they'll have access to the information readily available. If your children do have passports, you can notify the passport office of your concerns of abduction and have them put your children on a list that includes them not to leave the country without your express permission. Also, if your children do not have passports, you can contact your local passport office and have the children added to the Children's Passport Issuance Alert Program. This prevents any passport being issued for the children without the expressed authorization of both parents at the passport office. Remember too that being fearful of parental abduction doesn't necessarily mean that your children are going to be abducted, but you can determine whether your fears or your ex's behavior warrant further action. Again, always trust in your instincts and call your family law attorney such as myself. Thank you.